Hello and welcome back to another episode. This is just a standard Wednesday stock pull today, and there ain't much stock to pull because wow, it has been quiet. Really quiet few days. Like I said, usually in the lead up to the Black Friday sales, things do take a bit of a slow as people start pinching their pennies and waiting out for the sales start incoming. But we do have some items that have sold, so have we got that tanuki in here?
I've packed it.
Oh, she packed it. It's a tanuki about that big that went for £84. In fact, I did put it in the lockup yesterday while I was putting a few bits. So I'm going to start with some of the Japanese stuff that's sold. This is not Japanese. Some boxes. So we sold three. We've got three boxes. One there, another one inside. And someone has bought them for 2, 4, 6, so about £73 in total, something like that. Yeah, we've got an Aoki Ryoka Kakeshi doll, and that has sold for £20.65. And we've got a lacquer tray. No lacquer trays in this house. Anyway, you're not here for my jokes, are you? So, yeah, a large lacquer tray that's gone for £20. And then, lastly, on that store to post out today, we've got another traditional Kakeshi doll. And that's that on there. Then going over to our other store, our vintage shop, vintage and antique shop. What do we got on there? This thing that I pulled yesterday, which, as I said, this was gifted to me. End of the day, when all the market traders are packing up, they don't like to take bulky glass and ceramic things home, and quite often it's, "Ty, do you want this?" And I'm like, "Yes please." Freebie. So that is going to someone in the UK. They paid about £20 for it. It'll probably cost me somewhere between £2.50 and £3.50 to post, so the rest is profit. So yep, nice cost to me, £0. We like that. We like free stuff. Then we've got another one of our Skybusters 27. Ugh, gonna need a ladder. Where's the ladder? There's the ladder. We've got that one looks like a Cessna. Is that Cessna? No. Special jet biplane jet model airplane. It's one of them, and that's gone for £20.34. We have got another of our Vanguards in 88, which is down here, and I believe it's this yellow one. Yellow one. That one there, £16.95. What we got? 95. Two. He's been online for a while. Royal Copenhagen Crystal. I think someone gave me these as well. I remember, in fact, I think it was the same person that gave me that gave me these. I kind of remember getting them. They've only gone for £12, but as I said, if I paid nothing for them, that is exactly how you want it. And then we have a Ladro, porcelain figurine of a cherub in an 35, which is this way. Not that one. These are all really wrapped up, so identify which one I think it is. I think it's this one. Is that one there? Grand total of £53. Someone's paid for that, including post and packing. So that's that. And since our last video on Monday, where we were doing a bit of putting and packing and posting, we have had a few other bits sell that have already gone out. We had a Golden Glory jeweled Splendor. Everything is beautiful. Musical porcelain jeweled egg. That's a mouthful, isn't it? And that has gone for full. Someone paid £48.50 for that. And then I showed you yesterday in my video, we sold a load more of our Del Prado horseback soldiers, and that went for £83, 4 of them. Sold a Wade Whimsy, £15.50, and a little bone china trinket pot, Ashford Pottery, happy birthday, and that's gone for £13 odd. And that's that. So really not too much to show today because it is slow, but I'm going to help my wife get this all packed up, and then we're going to head to the listing room and commence a day of lots and lots and lots and lots of listings, because yeah, that's what we do. Catch you in a bit. Looking for stuff to list, and I thought I'd share this with you. This is something we actually picked this up last year sometime, so we've had it for quite a while. It's a bag of Swatch watches, and I can't remember, I think we paid somewhere in the region of 150 to 250 for this lot. There is more than this. There's also a little box that goes with these somewhere, but we've only listed 2 and we've sold 2, and I think they've fetched somewhere in the region of 90 quid, so obviously we'll make some money out of them. But at least we're back to a story. Years ago, I mean we're talking about over 20 years ago, when eBay was in its early days, and I was just having a little play around with buying and selling stuff online. It was sort of, yeah, it didn't take off for me at that stage. But however, one thing I actually did really well with back then, many moons ago, was I was at a boot fair, and a guy had an ice cream tub, big square ice cream tub, and they were full up with Swatch watches. And I said to him, "Oh, how much?" And he was like, "Oh, 4 quid each." So I was looking through, and there was 40 or 50 in there. There's absolutely tons of them in there. And I was like, "How much for the lot?" You know, and this always makes me laugh. He's like, 120 quid. I said, no, I can't do that. And he come down and he's like 75. And I was umming and ahhing, I was like 75 quid, and I didn't say a word. And I was actually like, that sounds reasonable. I was moments away from saying, yeah, okay, let's do it. And he went, 40 quid, have them, 40 quid. I was like, yeah, okay. Anyway, so I got my little bundle of Swatch watches for 40 quid. At the time, I didn't know anything about them. I thought they must be collectible because, you know, I know people did collect them, but I was in my infancy when it come to buying and selling at the time. So I took them home, I cleaned them all up. I went to Poundland, which is a cheap shop in England, in the UK, and I bought little packs of batteries. I put a new battery in every single one, and there was a handful of them that didn't work. And what I done was, right, I back then I only done eBay auctioned. I thought, so right, I took every single one. I spent 4 or 5 hours taking photos, and I've done every single one 99p auction start. Now the first wave of them sold. Second wave I had a few that didn't sell that relisted. So after a couple of weeks, I think it was 7-day auctions I put them on, but after a couple of weeks I'd taken 1,500 quid out of them. And yeah, that was huge W. But I say that was literally 20 years ago now. And obviously when I was offered these watches, I knew that they were going to be a good buy. I haven't looked at them. They're just, yeah, this is just a symptom of having too much stock and not enough time to go through it all. But you get offered these things, it's like, okay, I know this is a good buy. I haven't got time to look at it, but I know that I should buy it because I know that I'm going to make a heck ton of money out of these. Here, I'll give you a better idea of what's there. You can see that there's a ton of watches there, and as I said, there's more than that in the lot we bought. There's actually about another 8 or 9 that are in a box somewhere being the key word there. But anyway, yeah, so over the next few weeks I've dug these out, I'll clean a few up and get some more of these in the store. Taken £90 out of them so far. I can't remember whether we paid 150 or 200 for them, but it's safe to say that we're going to be around at least halfway there on our money back. I don't think I'm going to struggle to make a profit on them. That is that. Anyway, on we go. Just thought I'd stop in here one last time before I sign off for the day. We had a couple of sales come in, so I thought I'd share them with you. Today, Capodimonte Naples Napoleonic figure, and he's gone for £80 and 46 pence, and he's going back to Italy. So that's yeah, that's off to Italy. And then we also had another sale on one of our other stores, which was a Japanese plate and some Kakeshi dolls, which Sarah is now packing up. And yeah, so there's some of the bits that are off on their way out today. That's pretty much it. I've just popped down here from my office, which is on the other side of the house. I'm currently listing, working through a lot of the animals that I bought last week. Doing like horse sets at the moment, like mum and baby, mum and mother horse and foal. If you like, got a few sets of them online. And the watches, tidying them up. So yeah, we're working towards the end of the day. What will hopefully be another sort of 30-40 listing day, and then maybe we'll settle down and watch a film or something. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Well, I won't see you tomorrow. I'll probably film again Friday, but I'll catch some footage of the market if I can tomorrow. So yeah, see you later.